dass Ramadan ihn nicht unter Kontrolle bekam. Großartiger Schuss und Volley. Es muss abseits sein, da der Ball nach vorne gespielt wurde. Was für ein Versuch. Er dreht sich, spielt den Pass, ordentliche Flanke, gute Abwehr. Und dann war es so, der klären konnte. Aber der Schuss kommt von der Strafraumgrenze. Er hat im letzten Spiel ein Tor erzielt. Er hat hier ein absolutes Traumtor geschossen. Marcelino auf der Torschützenliste. Und Marcelino, der Mann, der das Tor erzielte, treibt den Ball nach vorne. Ist das zu weit für Vital? Der Torwart ist weit rausgekommen. Der Ball blieb im Spiel, glaube ich. Und es gibt eine gelbe Karte. Ball zum Torwart, zurück. Was macht er da? Es gibt keinen Grund für ihn, so weit rauszukommen. Lass die Verteidiger das klären. Der ganze Ball hatte die Linie überquert. Der Arm geht raus gegen WeTime. Marcelino, der dribbelt, geht an 2, 3 Gegnern vorbei, hat immer noch den Ball. Der Schiedsrichter hat hier auf den Punkt gezeigt. Quintana hat wohl das Bein rausgestreckt und Marcelino in der Situation getroffen. Jonathan verliert ihn komplett. Wie erwähnt, das wird seinem Selbstvertrauen gut tun. Er lässt sich Zeit. Beobachtet den Torwart. Und ändert im letzten Moment noch den Winkel seines Fußes. Die Chance. Der Keeper ist weiter rausgekommen. Die roten Trikots sind da. Er hat beschlossen, es allein zu versuchen, wie er es auch tun konnte. Ramadan erzielt sein zweites Tor im Spiel. Ramadan Sananta beweist, dass er es wirklich drauf hat. Ryan, schöner kleiner Ball. Zurück nach innen. Macht den Sieg perfekt. Niemand geht auf Fajar zu. 2 Tore für Fajar in diesem Turnier. 2 für Marcelino und 2 Tore. Das wurde gut zurück erobert. Da hier. 3 gegen 1, wenn das klug ausgespielt wird, eine echte Chance hier. Der Torwart ist schrecklich weit rausgekommen. Am Ende solide Abwehrarbeit. Titus hätte den Ball eigentlich querlegen müssen. Der Verteidiger war hinten und hat gejagt. Der Ball kommt in den Rücken der Abwehr. Wird das Nummer 5? Ein bisschen Zeit und Raum. Upenda. Hat sich einfach Zeit gelassen. Kein Abseits. Und sein Lauf begann in der eigenen Hälfte. Schöner kleiner Haken zurück nach innen. Titus macht das richtig gut. Titus zeigt erneut, dass es 5 sind.
Me watch. It is the 32nd SEA Games that will commence from the 5th to the 17th of May. However, the football, as always, starts early due to the number of fixtures that need to be played. There'll be 608 events across 37 sports, but we are here at the Olympic Stadium in Phnom Penh for the kickoff of the football and the 32nd SEA Games as we will witness Indonesia take on the Philippines. Mr. Owen is in charge of the game from India. As we have a look at the starting lineup for Indonesia, the veteran, you would say, Witan Sulaiman in the middle of the park is the man to watch out for. Plays over in Slovakia at AS Trenčín as an AFF Championship runner-up in 2020, a silver medal back in 2019 in the SEA Games, and the bronze in 2021. Definitely the man to keep an eye out for the Indonesians. Indra Shafi, as mentioned, more of an interim position at the moment whilst they sort out Shin Tae-yong and what he wants to do with the national team. As for the Philippines, Rob Gear has decided to go with a little bit of experience along with the youth. Dennis Chung gets the nod, the man that was born in Germany. He's only 5'5", but tenacious in the middle of the park. And after starting his footballing career at Hertha Berlin, now plies his trade for ADT, which is the Ascal's development side. Jury's out on this under-22 side. Let's not forget that the AFC had suggested that this now becomes an under-22 competition where no overage players can participate. Well, that hasn't been the case over the past couple of editions of this tournament. So everybody under 22 now. There's that long ball forwards. Again, just looking for Jim Schroeder. Picked up nicely though, Marcelino. Just couldn't find a way through, and the shot comes in, and a great save. Camarad from Witan Sulaiman. Oh, and let's see how long his throw is. It's long and deep and had to be headed away. Rodrigo in the way. Long range shot fired in, straight down the throats of Camarad. Easy pickings in the end for the keeper. Closest we've really come, apart from Witan's shot a little bit earlier on. Comfortable and well taken by the 6'1" goalkeeper. Nicely played. Rio Fami delivers. The volley comes in. It is as simple as that. Marcelino finally gets his just rewards. And the opening goal comes a few seconds after the 45 minutes has elapsed. It's the Indonesians that take the lead. But it's very, very well played. Rio Fami just picked out his man. Marcelino took his time getting into the box, but was totally unmarked and pulled the shot away from Camarad. Indonesia take the lead. They have been on the front foot a little bit more than the Philippines, but they will feel aggrieved, the Philippine side. They would love to have gone in all square at half-time. That doesn't look as though it's going to be the case. First blood to Indonesia. Philippines just need to get back in the changing room and just regroup, get themselves all set for the second 45 minutes. They proved to be a lot more determined this time out than they were in Vietnam, the last SEA Games, but they do find themselves trailing. There is the half-time whistle, and one that will please Indra Shafri and the Indonesian side. It's that man Marcelino who has gone the closest on a couple of occasions, but just on the stroke of half-time has given Indonesia the lead at half-time in this men's Group A encounter. Indonesia 1, Philippines 0. There's the man that's made the difference. Marcelino, his goal 3 seconds into stoppage time in that first half is the difference between the two sides. Chance early on here with that, looking to get in behind. Good strong sliding challenge there from setters. Witan, little step over, gets it back. Witan! Was there a challenge? Yes, there was. Penalty. Rodrigo adjudged to have upended Witan. We'll see again here. There's the little step over. Ramadan with that ball on. Is that reckless enough from Rodrigo? Barged into the back of him from that angle. Yes. Made contact with the man and not the ball. The referee blows the whistle, points straight to the spot. And a chance now for Indonesia to extend their lead. I'll tell you who's come off in a moment. Well, it's going to be Rizquerido that steps up. Great save. That is a stunning save from Camarad. Rizquerido didn't take a penalty in the bronze medal match last time out in the SEA Games. The two skippers go head-to-head, and it's the keeper that comes off the better. That's a good save. Indonesia need to be a little bit more clinical in the final third. See there, Freias saying that he wanted the throw-in. Not given to him though. Marcelino upended, but manages somehow to get the ball back. Fires it back inside. Little layoff there from Johari. Johari! It's Johari! Game, set, match. They scored a couple of seconds into stoppage time at the end of the first 45. And they've doubled the advantage a couple of seconds before the 90th minute. That's going to be it for the Philippines today, I'm afraid. But Johari makes absolutely no mistake. It was a lovely little interchange and a passing move. The little 1-2, the ball out of his feet. There, it's a lovely touch away from the defender. Camarad won't be happy, he got beaten at his near post. That reverse pass from the other substitute, Tofani, inch perfect, but Johari conjured that one up for himself. On the balance of play over the 90 minutes, with the opportunities and chances created, you would have to say deserved. That should be that, really. They missed a penalty as well, Indonesia, so they're not looking too bad. Decent ball fired in, and we're going to get a third. Just a touch away there from Witan. Composed again from Rehan, who did well to retain possession. Ball fired into the far post, and it's another substitute who ravels it in. Fajar, who switched from the right wing to the left wing. 2 minutes into stoppage time, makes it 3. It's not just a good result now, it's an emphatic result for Indonesia. Lovely ball floated into that far post area, didn't he hit that sweet? We saw him wanting to get the ball on his right foot all the time when he was in the right wing, but that's what he can do. Drills it into the top corner and says thank you very much. Quite literally will be. Damage is done. It was done on the stroke of half-time where Marcelino gave them the lead. They had to wait until the 90th minute though before Johari could make it 2, and Fajar's absolute blaster in stoppage time means that at full time here at the Olympic Stadium in Phnom Penh, it's turned out emphatic on paper, a 3-0 victory to Indonesia and a missed penalty, so it could have been worse for the Philippines, who have a lot of work to do. Indonesia take the first 3 points at the 32nd SEA Games. That's what we were doing and what we are doing, because Timor-Leste will take on Indonesia. Indonesia basically need to win and they will qualify and go through. As for Timor-Leste, that victory last time out, their best ever result in a SEA Games, a 3-0 defeat against the Philippines means that the Philippines cannot qualify. It is as simple as that. Timor-Leste know that a win here, it's their final game, will give them 6 points. It may not be enough to see them go through, but they will have to go and try and get the spoils anyway. There's a man who caused issues all over the place, Anivio, in the last game. All sorts of problems with that tireless running going forwards. He stays in the starting 11. It's just the one change made from Park Sun-tae. Bianco comes in the forward line for Portela, who has been relegated down to the bench. Keep an eye out as well for Mazinho. He scored against Indonesia the last time these two sides met. Last year, of course, for the previous edition of the Southeast Asian Games. It was a 4-1 victory to Indonesia. Timor-Leste, well, they're a different beast, particularly when you look at that last game. Not the biggest, not the tallest, but they can play football, there's no doubt about that. As for Indonesia, Indra Shafri makes a couple of changes, 3 in total. Rio Fahmi comes into the back line. It looks as well as Alfendra will drop in there as well, because Ananda has come into the middle of the park. He'll push that little bit further forwards, and Komang is in for Talfani as well. So just the 3 changes as those 3 players go down to the bench, get their opportunity a little bit later on. There he is, Indra Shafri, done a good job with his side. Flicked on there from Lucasfield Ribeiro. Straight away in behind. Ramadan Sananta. Now the counter-attack's on the other way into the final minute of this first half. That has been entertaining. It's ebbed and flowed, that's for sure. Witan helps that one on. Fajar will get there. Ramadan Sananta is in the box. So is Witan now. Fajar has to come all the way back. Marcelino. Witan. Fajar delivers, decent ball in, and it's as simple as that for Ramadan Sananta. Right on the stroke of half-time. Quality ball into the box. Simple textbook header. It is as easy as that, as Indonesia take the lead. right on the stroke of half-time. It's the perfect storm. Witan getting to the byline, rolling it back. Quality delivery from Fajar, who'd come from the right-hand flank to the left-hand side. Whips it in with that left foot. Marking not the best on that occasion from Timor-Leste, but take nothing away from the finish. Ramadan just glancing it into that far corner. Goes to the top of the goal-scoring charts in this tournament with 3 goals so far. There you go, Witan. So, like for like, both players. Kafa and Irfan Johari are on. Scoreline is 1-0. This would guarantee Indonesia a top 2 finish. Bear in mind, Cambodia and Myanmar play a little bit later on. They've had 2 games each. After that game, they'll have played 3 each with 1 to play. Cambodia trail Indonesia by 2 points currently. Myanmar trail them by 3. So a victory here would be more than enough to see Indonesia comfortably through to the semi-finals. Philippines have already been eliminated from this group. Yesterday, Singapore and Laos played out a 0-0 draw to eliminate themselves from the competition. That one is bubbling along very, very nicely. Ramadan Sananta has Fajar in the middle. Good defending though. Olagar comes back though. Rehan finds Fajar. Fajar off the left foot! There you go. That should be it. 2-0 will be too much for Timor-Leste to come back from. But Fajar makes absolutely no mistake in the 63rd minute. It was a good build-up. Fajar here looked as though the opportunity had gone, but he just moved it half a yard and then went back across the keeper into the far corner. They're on their way to the semi-finals. There you go, the fans jumping up and down, really enjoying themselves. I know JJ in particular is enjoying that one. Pushing forwards and causing problems. Simple Beckham, Fajar for a second. He hits the woodwork, but hooks in the rebound. It's another player for Indonesia that's managed to get himself more than 1 goal in this tournament. Are we looking at the red-hot favourites? They're starting to turn the screw now. The pressure was on. They've kept it on, and this time they've managed to capitalise and get a gain. Great work from everyone in a white shirt there. Fajar, a brilliant save again from Mendonca, but just acrobatically hooks it back over his head into the back of the net. It is deserved, particularly this second 45 where they have had their foot on the gas. And at this rate, can anybody stop them? Diagonal ball. Korea couldn't get on the end of. Sanivio chasing all the way back in. Right at the end. Irfan Johari just in the right place at the right time, and the referee says that will do. That will be enough. Well done, Indonesia, the first team to qualify through to the semi-final stage of this edition of the Southeast Asian Games. They've ended up beating Timor-Leste by 3-0. To win, it's as simple as that, and they've got to pray that the Philippines can do a favour for them and defeat Myanmar. Rua Hiroshi has decided to make 4 changes in this game. Honda as well, who is on the sidelines trying to help them. Kopic comes in, Solt Nava, also Sosedan up top with Chan Sarapach. Didn't work with Soratana, playing him as a makeshift striker in that last group game against Myanmar, so they've reverted a little bit more to type. Mohamed Ferrari comes back in. Heiko will come into defence as well. Sofani Beckham back in the starting lineup with Dream Shroya, Titanagog and also Irfan Johari. It means that Fajar misses out, who's the leading goal scorer with 4 goals so far in this competition. Also Ramadan Sananta, who is the big man up front and the target go-to guy. Rizky Riddle, the skipper, misses out as they don't want to pick up any injuries before that semi-final. But who will they take on? That is going to be the question. Countdown is on. Kick-off commences. Cambodia in the blue strip, kicking from left to right. Easy in the end from Mohamed Ferrari, straight away and straight off the bat. Shows you that maybe Cambodia will look to go a little bit more direct. Good diagonal switch. Irfan can bring that under control, has Haikal outside him. Elects to go inside, lovely little give and go. Irfan Jahairi wants it back again. It's gone out wide. Haikal delivers, decent ball in, free header! Troyak couldn't finish, but it was finished at the second attempt by Titan Agung. Cool, can't finish from him. And surely that is what's going to break Cambodia hearts. Troya doing well on that occasion. He fluffed his lines last time, but he's forced Rethleheng into a save. Unfortunately, he's just flipped it back into the middle. And Titan put in to replace Sananta. Up top, gets his goal. Fired in, but communication men, the Sutnada drilled it in the air, but nice effort from Titan. And again, Rethleheng went down early and just bundles it over the goal line. Should really catch that. Ball fired in, it's deep. It's a free header back across goal, and it's in the post and gone in! Right on the stroke of half-time. Soba Makara. He's now a new national treasure and a national hero. No one went with him. And there is the half-time whistle. So it was right slap bang on the whistle. A glimmer of hope. Right at the death at the end of the first 45. Cambodia now believe. Fantastic header from Soba Makara, back across everybody. But where, oh where was the marking in the challenge? It's still 0-0, the Philippines and Myanmar. Oh, it's going to be tense the second half, because the scoreline here is Cambodia 1, Indonesia 1. So dramatic scenes at the end of that first 45. The stadium literally erupted. Bagas on. That's the rating change. Real Funny off. Looks like the only change as well. Ball hoisted into the box, and the keeper had to sort himself out and know where his posts were very, very quickly. Here, Beckham skips past the challenge. Is still Beckham. Beckham! It's taken a wicked deflection, but it's gone in the back of the net. The ball was going goal bound, but that is well worked, and it was coming the way that they'd started this second 45 minutes. Beckham Putra dropping his shoulder, firing it in. Looked like it hit the hand of Sutnada, but Beckham will get the goal. So, one step forwards, two steps back. Walker forwards, not the best, and a chance here. Limpasarth. Limpasarth rolls it across goal, and Nora! What have they got to do to score? A bit of time and space now for Van Sokker. Van Sokker, lovely ball played forwards. Is that a penalty? The referee's pointed to the spot. Sorotana, on as a substitute, gets caught, gets upended, and wins a penalty. There, the contact's outside the box, the initial contact, but where's the final contact? He hasn't touched him in the box. What a chance this is to draw level and put us back to having a dramatic final 10 minutes of Group A action. This, the chance. The real chance. It is Limpasov. It's saved, but the rebound's come out, and another save. Not going to count. Well, it's all going to go off now. Sorotana's got every opportunity to go for that ball, and is allowed to. The same as Limpasov. He elected to go straight down the middle. The goal's not going to stand. Here it is. The keeper saves it. He's gone for the ball. The keeper's come out and been brave, but I don't think he's really smashed into him. It's only after he played the ball, so is that a free kick? There's the penalty. It's a poor penalty, don't get me wrong, but he's spilt it straight back to him. He's made full contact with the ball, Limpasov. I think that should stand. That goal should stand. The goalkeeper has spilt it and thrown it back into play. Punch out, going on the overlap. Gets it back, can he deliver? That's far too heavy, and that's just about going to do it. You cannot say they haven't had the chances or the opportunities tonight, because they have. Ignora with that chance, the open goal. Limpasov missing at the near post and missing a penalty. And deflected goal. That late goal against the Philippines in all bodes that Cambodia have shot themselves in the foot. And with a score like this, a little bit of redemption with that performance. It really was wholehearted from Cambodia, but Indonesia again strengthened their credentials for the title as they beat Cambodia by 2-1. As mentioned, Indonesia, who have blown us away in this tournament. They really have the leading goal scorers. 9 players then changed by Indra Shafri. And the only 2 that remain are Komang in defence, and a little bit further forwards, Witan Sulaiman. Witan, scoring 3 goals in the last edition of this competition, has started every single game so far for Indonesia. That's why everybody else has been relegated to the bench. It's a strong squad. We saw that against the Cambodian side. He has tweaked and tinkered, and it isn't his very first official starting lineup that they started with the Philippines. Players have forced their way into the starting lineup going in to this semi-final. Has been cool, has been calm, been collected as well on the sidelines, and that is why he is in charge of that Indonesian side. As for Philippe Trussier, he turns around, he makes 6 changes. Kwame remain in goal. There's 1 change in the back 3. Long Doi Kwang comes back in. Duk Fu comes back in, as does Tuan Tai, to give them that width in wide areas. Van Kang is out, Xuan Xian is out, so Vo Min Trong comes in, as does Tai Son, who has been fantastic throughout this tournament, but all talk and all eyes will be on number 9, Nguyen Van Tung. He replaces Van Truong, but Van Tung is their main go-to guy when they go forwards, being a joint top scorer of the competition with 4 goals. We're in for a belter. So it's the winners of Group A, Indonesia, taking on the runners-up of Group B, Vietnam. It's Vietnam in the white strip that get us underway. To say the pitch is looking absolutely magnificent. All those changes made by Trussier, because it was only 48 hours ago that Vietnam did play against Thailand. Indonesia had an extra day's rest, but a lot of the players were rested for that last game. In strong in the challenge and the tackle was Arhan, and it plays over in Japan, of course. So Pratama Arhan coming all the way across. He'll be the one that will launch this one in. really big throw and a free header. What a finish from the man that started every game for Indonesia, Komang Teguh. He came and arrived late on and buried that header into the corner. What a throw that is. Look at the trajectory, it's so flat, but he just strolled in there unmarked, Komang, and made absolutely no mistake. Dream start for Indonesia. It's his first goal of the tournament, Komang. But what a vitally important goal that could be. When Van Tong can drop in between the lines and cause all sorts of problems. Example here, Min Throng pulls it back. Van Tong with a half chance. Great run from out to in. Bagas Kafa just got caught ball watching, and it allowed Min Throng to try and pull it back. How about that on the turn from the big man? Not a million miles away. Vietnam getting closer. Ball flipped back in, and it's glanced up and over. And who else but the big man himself, Glenn Van Tong. He scored the opening goal of their campaign, and it was a header. And that was against Laos. He's scored with another header here. What a ball whipped in. He gets in front of Rizky Ridho and just gets a faint glance on it. It goes up and over. Hamado Ari in goal, giving him absolutely no chance. Game back on 100%. Strange swaps all round though, no doubt about that, as we get going for the second half, and it is the red team of Indonesia kicking from right to left. It's launched right in there, the keeper's had a little bit of a flap, and now the volley back in. Marcelino! Was it the last touch come off the defender Ferrari? Well, we'll have to see the replay. Marcelino just drilled it in. They've had two long throws in the game, and they have scored 2 goals, and it is Ferrari that has scored this. There's that throw again. Poor goalkeeping to push it back into play. Marcelino drills it goal-bound, and the centre-back who's come on at half-time to replace the other centre-back has scored with his calf, just a faint little flick. Perfect start to the second 45 minutes then for Indonesia. Vietnam will throw absolutely everything forward, including the centre-backs. Wing got Dang. He carries his run on forwards. Lee Van Do has space in behind. Van Truong checks back. Got Dang, delivers, decent ball as well. Hacked into his own net though. And it's the skipper who's put it past his own keeper, Rizky Ridho. Trussier took the gamble, brought on Van Kang and brought on Van Truong, because he knew against 10 men they can sacrifice another body to push forwards, and it's paid dividends. But Tang is the man that's whacked it in and just delivered it. And actually it's not Rizky Ridho, it's Bagas Kafa that puts the ball past his own keeper. Heartbreak for him. Put your left foot through the ball, son. He's tried to hack at it with his right, and because of that and the spin on the ball, it's come off his shin and into the back of the net. Vietnam all square. Oh, and there's the glancing header, what a save! Van Tong thought that was in. He's got in front of his man and glanced it into that far post area. Pushed away to safety. Hamado Ari, what a save that was. Fingertips. Difficult to see if it was creeping in or not. You'll see from this sort of angle though. Oh, it is, it's creeping in. Oh, now a friend just caught out of position, 5 white shirts forwards. Condent tried to play it on, but just got dispossessed, and that's a brilliant touch, and that's very, very well played from Talfani. And now Fadja at the other end. Fadja checks back inside, waits for support. Fadja goes himself. Brilliant block. Talfani picks up the loose ball. Talfani! Can you believe it? Can you believe it? The 10 men have stung Vietnam. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Three minutes left on the clock, and Vietnam have conceded against the 10 men of Indonesia. It looked like nothing was going on. They blocked the shot. Talfani had all the space closed down and somehow chops it back through the legs of the defender and across. Quan Van Tuan in goal to score. And almost with the last kick of the game, Indonesia take the lead. Everyone will just be pushed forwards now. It was 5 minutes, 50 seconds, 6 minutes into stoppage time. The question is now, are we going to have an equaliser? Mandoari down to his left. Xuan Tien trying to find that bottom corner. Well, we said there'd be more drama left in this one, and there certainly has been. Irfan, they've won the corner. Bagas looked to fire it across goal rather than keep it in the corner. And you can see Indra Shafi calming everyone down, but he doesn't need to. The whistle goes. Vietnam are finally beaten in the SEA Games. It's taken a monumental effort from Indonesia. Unbelievable scenes at the Olympic Stadium. Down to 10 men for over half an hour of that match at the end. But Talfani, 6 minutes into stoppage time, breaks the hearts of the Vietnamese. But what a performance from Indonesia. Two sides that deserve to be there, unbeaten all the way through the competition. 100% record for one of them, one draw for the other one. There's confirmation. It is Indonesia that managed to go through their group and the semi-finals unbeaten. Thailand dropping the points against Vietnam, but topped the group courtesy of goal difference and then overcame Myanmar in that semi-final. Are out in force, and Indonesia will take on Thailand to see who will win gold. Will it be the first ever time that Indonesia has taken a gold medal at the SEA Games in football, or will Thailand, 7-time champions, make it 8? Moving on to the starting lineups then, definitely a forced change from Indra Shafi. Haikal comes in the left-back position due to that red card in our hand. 2 yellows in the semi-final. There's a change in the middle of the park where Rehan misses out for the more burly Talfani, who scored that late dramatic goal in the last game. As for Thailand, Itsaro Shitaro makes 3 changes himself. Yatsakorn has been sacrificed to bring back in Achapol. The big surprise is that Burachet, the man that has dazzled us all the way through this competition, is dropped to the bench. Chaya Pipak comes into the middle of the park to shore things up. And there's a change at left back as well. Countdown's done. Kickoff begins. Thailand coming right to left. Straight away, a little trip there. We're at the 20-minute mark here now. This game is absolutely flying by. Defender with the ball in. Free header! Again! Lightning strikes twice. It happened in the semi, and it's happened in the final. This time, Alfendra with the ball in. It was another flat throw, and Ramadan Sananta makes absolutely no mistake with the header. Flicked it on. It did look as though it took a deflection going in then. There's the throw. There's the header. And that's the knee. Now Songchai got in front of his man. Songchai gets in front of his keeper. And again, it's another dream start for Indonesia. Punches that one long. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes! What a gamble! Ramadan Sananta with his second of the game. Shocking defending. Songchai and Kamdi just don't deal with the ball, but Ramadan Sananta just goes and attacks it and just flicks it straight in the air. It's his second, but it's come at such a pivotal time in the game. The drop ball, the long ball forwards, Songchai doesn't deal with it, Kemdi doesn't deal with it. Sananta has just gone and attacked the ball. And who said football is a complicated game? There's nothing wrong with that at all. Long ball punted forwards, your striker attacks it, gets something on it and flicks it over the keeper who's in no man's land. And before you know it, it's 2-0. Minutes is what's required. 45 minutes is what is left. And Thailand got another gear that they can move into. So down the line, it's just clattered straight into it there. Free header, 2-1. And that it is that gets one back. And we said the next goal would be absolutely pivotal. And that could be it. His third of the SEA Games. Just stroll in there. No one close enough to him. It looks as though it was Bagas that was supposed to be marking him. Didn't get close at all. Allowed that free header for Anand. Game back on. This is the last opportunity. The ball is going to get launched in there. It does. Who's the target? Is it hacked away? It's got a no! Yes! Drama at the end of the first. Drama at the end of the second. Can you believe substitute Yotsukorn comes on? We're going to extra time. There is massive, massive dramas going on here. Indonesia thought that they'd won the game, but the referee had awarded a free kick. It didn't blow the whistle the way that you would end a game, so it was a free kick. Indonesia were premature. They jumped around thinking that they'd won, and they've taken their eye off the ball. The ball just launched in. They don't deal with it. Yotsukorn gets on that loose ball, drills it past Emanuele at the near post. What a substitution that is. Well, settle yourselves down. Look, it's going to be Thailand that get us underway by the looks of it. Ascendancy. We said that next goal was going to be critical, and it really, really was. Oh, a mistake though, and a chance here. Irfan Juhair is in behind. Irfan, what a finish! Oh, what a finish! Go on, son! Defensive mistake from Thailand. They've gifted the ball, and it's all going off here. Oh, this is shocking. This is absolutely disgusting. No one wants to see this. No one needs to see this. Obviously, some of the Indonesian staff or players have gone up over to the other bench and tried to rub it in their faces. Shocking scenes. This is disgusting. There's no need for this. The question is what will happen? Will the referee abandon the game? There were lots and lots of punches thrown there. Well, he doesn't look well at all, does he? You can see there he's got a cut lip as well. Shocking scenes here. You can't take anything away from the goal though. It's a mistake, individual, but Irfan Juhairi with an absolute deft touch. What a finish that was. Just a couple of minutes into stoppage time. But you've got to turn around. His name means a lot as well. He scored that goal against Cambodia to make it 2-0. So he has scored in this competition. There's Real Fami just helping out on Beckham. Slides it through. Irfan Juhairi looking to get behind again. A lot of it's about pace now. Apposite being asked to just sit in there as a centre-back. Beckham. Real Fami. Faja! Surely that's it. Surely that is game over. He scored in stoppage time against the Philippines earlier on. He scored against Myanmar. He scored 2 against Timor-Leste. Faja now becomes joint top goal scorer in the competition, along with Ramadan Sananta and Gwen Van Tung. That just about seals it. Took his time and buried it in the top corner. Perfect finish. Right in the corner. No chance at all. That 2-goal advantage is back. Here's Faja. Just bends it into the far post. Simple tap-in. Oh, what a save. What a stunning save. But now Beckham. Game over. Game over. He scored against Cambodia. He scored again here tonight. He's probably going to get a yellow card, but I don't think that will bother him. It's the final nail in the coffin. And you can see what it means to them. Great ball in from Faja. What a stunning save that was from Tinnerwood, but Beckham in the right place at the right time. Just created that yard for himself and drilled it into that bottom corner. Game, set, match. Indonesia. Full-time whistle has gone as well. Handshakes between the staff now after the madness that was earlier. But it's Indonesia that win gold as they defeat Thailand by 5-2.